Hi there. No costume, no nothing today, because I'm trying not to be funny tonight. I'm trying to give you some informations that I find not funny but interesting. I've studied tree books for maybe 30 years or more. The two first I did combined much of the time because they go very well together, and that is the Torah, which is the Jewish books, and the Bible, which is the Christian. I did a lot of research in those two books, combined with historical, um, and it all sums up that there's a timeline, and they can be read continuously. The Jewish people gave us the Old Testament, and then there was a time from the Old Testament and in the time where Christ was living, and it's called the New Testament. And then you have the last part of the New Testament in the continuously reading, and that is the New Covenant or the New Commandment. The Jewish people are living under the laws, and it's not just the Ten Commandments that was written on the stone. There's a lot more laws, and you can go look them up if you want to, if you don't trust me. But anyways, they are living under these laws. I don't know if that gives them the right to do some of the stuff that they do, and I will not go into that because it's another discussion. But you have the Jewish people who are waiting for their Messiah. And then I said that you have the Bible for the Christians. They are not waiting for Messiah. They are waiting for the second coming of Christ. Because when Jesus came and he died on the cross, he said that it was fulfilled. And by that he meant all those laws, not just the Ten Commandments. And I know that I will get some of the Christians now to be very angry with me, and frankly, there's nothing I can do about it because I'm only telling you the truth. You cannot, as a human being, live and fulfill these laws. Let me give you an example. There's written in the Ten Commandments that you shall not envy. Just tell me if you in your whole life, and I mean your whole life, haven't thought that the neighbor's kid's bike is better than mine. I want one. Or if you stood and watched your neighbor wash his new car and said, oh, one day I will get one like that. Yes. Don't go there. It's envy. Another one is Jesus actually said it, and it's written in the New Testament that he said, it's written, you shall not kill. And then he said, but I will take it one step further. I will say to you that if you call your brother Raka, meaning fool, then you have already killed him. So you see how difficult it is to live by these laws. But then there was the good news, because when Christ died on the cross, on the crucifixion day, the last words he said was, it's fulfilled. And by that he meant that the laws was fulfilled. So the Christians are not supposed to live under these laws. They're supposed to live under what Jesus called his new commandment, and I don't want to give you that. You can go look it up. And if you're a Christian and you're already offended by what I say, then go look up those 3 commandments. You know what it is, and you know it's a new law. If you really are a Christian, you know it's the law that you need to follow. Meaning you shall not condemn anyone. You don't have the right for it. So we have the Jewish people who's waiting for the Messiah. And you have the Christians who's waiting for the second coming of Christ. And it's actually fun, because those two are looking to the same place. It's in Jeremiah in the Old Testament, known as the picture book of the Bible for the New Testament to understand. And it is via the Golden Gate into the Holy Mount in Jerusalem that he's supposed to come, whether you be Jewish or Christian. So that's very interesting. But that's another story. And again, as I said, it's pretty easy to find all those stuff in historical books and in the Torah and the Bible, and it continuously goes on as a timeline. There's no problem with that. And then you have the third book. You have the Quran, and it's like finding meaning in the yellow pages, because you're searching around and you find something interesting and you want to know what happened, exactly what happened, and you read the next word and it's what, that has nothing to do with the first thing I read, and then you have to go search and search and search and search and search. And to me that indicates a very, very obvious solution, and that is what is known in any cults or any political government rules. That it's better for the man on the street not to know the whole truth, because then you can demand, and then you can show them what's really meant. Did I just call it a cult? Maybe I did. Or did I call it a political ideology? It's up to you. I'm not judging if you don't get it, but don't say I didn't tell you. So then you have a book that you want to read and you don't understand it. So what do? There is only one place you can go, because you can't discuss it with others. They're just as confused as you are. So you have to go to the mosque. And they have the answers. Of course they do. Just like your government, they have all written out for you. All the political parties knows exactly what they said and what they meant when they said it. But there is 12, maybe more, but I think there was 12 caliphs in the caliphate after Muhammad died that actually tried to interpret what was going on in the verses in the Quran. And those teachings are what is being told and preached in the mosques. So there you have it. It's other people interpretation. It's not your own. Already there you have a problem, because that's not your free will. And both Torah, the Jewish book, and in the Bible, the Christian's book, you are taught that you have that God created man with his own free will to think and to gain, to ponder and to do the right stuff. But in the Quran, you have to go and ask other what is right. So let me give you an example. I did that with how to understand how the laws was fulfilled by Christ. Let me give you an example. We all know it. Yeah, some of you've probably seen it not so long ago. And I don't want to mock people who don't understand it, but I just want to give you a reason. It was it was the time when it all went south, to put it that way, for Muhammad. He went from one place to another to a third in a night time, and what he did it on was a flying donkey, and did you ever hear about a flying donkey? I did. There's no supernatural transportations in the Torah or in the Bible, but there is in the Quran. And again, it turns back to this mythical stuff, and then there's also very weird signs in the Quran, like if a fly falls into your water. I guess you've seen that recently too. That you should just dip the other side of the fly into your food because one side has a sickness and the other has the cure. I don't want to go on because you already know all of this, unless you have been totally ignorant to the fact that Muslims and Islam is moving into this world as flies over a dog shit. Well, they are attracted to the Western world not because they like our democracies or our human rights. They are attracted for one reason and one reason only: to regain and to rebuild the caliphate. So, when they need an answer, the Muslim goes to the mosques, and there is these imams and the sheikhs that will tell them how to understand what's written in the Quran. There you have it. Because, as I said before, it's like reading the yellow pages and you don't know what exactly you're looking for because where's the next thing to jump to? And again, the Torah and the Bible is very easy. It has a contemporary timeline, but there is not something in that book, and that's why I compare it to a political ideology or cult, because in both of these two, there is no other than the leader who knows what is right, and that means if the leader say go jump, you don't ask how high, you just jump. And if the leader says to kill anyone, you don't ask why or how, you just find a way. And frankly, this is what's happening. And I have to say again, do you call it a peaceful religion?